Hey, welcome back to the 167 podcast. In this series, I Love My Church, we're going to be talking to some different people from New Life and getting their I Love My Church stories. So today I am here with my friend Brie Daly. Hi, Brie.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for coming on. Would you just tell everybody real quick, how long have you been going to New Life and how did you find New Life?
Yeah, for sure. Been coming to New Life since January, February, and actually I started walking with a friend a block away.
That's cool.
And she mentioned her life group.
Okay.
Like over time, it was probably like a month into walking with her, and she mentioned her life group.
Cool.
And so we joined the life group before going to New Life.
Awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So that's January, February of this year, of 2023.
New.
So cool. And we are in September now. So it's been a couple of months. Yeah. Awesome. And so if I asked you to finish the sentence, I love my church because, what would you say?
The compassion of people.
Awesome.
Or the people in general.
Just the people in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about those two things. So when you think about just, like I said, the last 9 months, how has attending New Life, becoming part of New Life, how has that impacted your life, your relationships with people, with God? Like, what does that look like for you?
I think the biggest thing has been confidence for me.
Yeah.
And I think over the last 9 months, my confidence has grown with people and with trust in God.
Cool.
And growth with God.
Yeah.
I already had like a real good connection with God, but then coming to church, this is my first time being like committed to church.
Okay, cool.
And my family
Yeah.
being committed to
Yeah.
church. So for us, it's been a good experience for us to connect as a family. And then for me to dig even deeper in my spiritual journey.
Awesome. So you mentioned your family. So you are married. Your husband is, say,
Kobe.
and your son is?
Theo.
Okay. Just want to make sure we get those right.
Uh-huh.
So you guys have been attending as a family this year. And prior to, being here, what was your church experience?
Very little. Very little. I didn't go to church growing up.
Okay.
My husband did.
Okay.
And then we tried out a church before. We went for maybe a month or two.
Yeah.
We tried out New Life one time before. Then we were like, not the right time for us.
Okay.
Not ready.
That happens.
And now.
And now you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what keeps you coming back?
Worship.
That's a good answer.
Worship. Community.
Okay.
I think that's like a big hole is like I had that connection with God and I was
Sure.
working on that growth. And I have support and stuff, but community and church has been a big one for us as a family.
What is it? Well, yeah. What does that look like for you guys when you say community and church? What does that mean? How does that play out practically?
So life group for sure,
Okay, cool.
because
Yeah.
that's what we got into before even going to church. And then I think there's some accountability in going to church every Sunday.
Definitely.
So kind of keeping each other accountable on that. Some mornings I wake up, some mornings he wakes up. We're like, oh, I don't really want to go, you know? So
Yeah.
keeping each other accountable. And I think it's really important to raise kids around, not everyone in church is going to be the same, or have the same mindset, but
Right.
raising kids that have the similar mindset as other people where you're growing with Christ.
Sure. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How has that sort of, like, in what ways do you think that has changed any of your dynamics, like your home dynamic, your relationship with friends, your connections with people? Is there anything that you feel like, man, like really coming to church and being a part of this community has impacted some other things for you?
Well, I would go back to the confidence
Okay.
because I was like 9 months ago, I was really lacking confidence. I had just had Theo and I had this relationship, but I still had roadblocks that were keeping me from like confidence and boldness.
Okay.
And now having that after working through some stuff, that allows me to show up how God would have me show up.
Cool.
And that gives me more opportunities to share my experience with others.
That's awesome. Do you feel like that's something that you are able to do more easily?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, little plug, like, especially with freedom.
Yeah, cool.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. I love hearing that. So our church mission, right, our statement is love God, love people. First of all, like, what does that mean to you? What do you think that that means?
I think it can mean a lot.
Well, sure, but like for you, like when you
Yeah.
hear love God, love people, like what is that? How does that hit for you?
I think I have to do one to be able to do the other.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I have to have a connection with God
Mm-hmm.
to be able to be who God would have me be to other people. And I have to have community and support with other people. I have to be in unity with other people to fulfill what God's purpose would be for me.
Yeah. That's
I think
cool.
they're intertwined.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great answer.
Mhm.
And I love that those are coming together for you. Very
Yeah.
cool. So, yeah, how do you feel like you do that in your everyday life? Love God and love people.
Oh, I'm a huge people person. I'm a huge people person. I'm constantly around people. And I hate to like circle back around, but same with the confidence of like, that has made such a big difference for me to get some of the past stuff out of the way to
Sure.
be able to show up for my family, show
Yeah.
up for other people, put myself in a position to be of purpose.
That's cool. I love that. That's great. What else? I mean, is there anything else that you just want to share about like your journey here at New Life over the last 9 months?
I think the biggest thing that I'm really grateful for is that I was in a place where I was open and willing to join church,
Yeah.
to get invested, and to try new things out, try life groups out, try freedom out, try a prayer session out.
Yeah.
Because I know in past situations I've not always been open to that. So I think God led me here at the right timing.
Sure.
And I'm really grateful for that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, so exciting to see what's still going to come, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Like
Totally.
if it's been this good in the first year, right?
God has been super amazing in my life. I
Yeah.
come from a family that, didn't go to church. They had religious beliefs, but they didn't go to church. And they had, a lot of difficulties. And so to go from that to sitting here with a really healthy, healthy family, I have connections with my parents again, and I'm living free and happy. Like, that's amazing.
That is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much
Yeah,
for
of course.
sharing
Thanks for
that
having
with us.
me.
That was so awesome. I love hearing people's stories. So thanks for being here. And we're going to do more I Love My Church stories through the rest of the series. So we hope that you will come back and stay tuned for that.